Alrighty, welcome. We've had a little bit of fun on our farm since the last time we were on. I've streamed Bessy Beneath. It's winter now, first of all, I suppose is the most important thing. And we got ourselves some cattle, and we went and sold some silage, and we've gone and cleaned up our fields a little bit. We've finished washing all our potatoes, so we have made a decent amount of money over the last 3 days. So it's a 29,000, give or take, bearing in mind that we spent 40,000 on new cattle, and I think it was 15,000 on like new the actual pens and that kind of thing. No, sorry, yeah, 40,000 construction and 40,000 on new livestock, and we still managed to get ourselves to the 450 mark. We were on 500,000 in debt not too long ago, so we've made some good ground. So this is my first time playing proper winter. Normally, what happens with winter, and most of the maps that I go and join on, they get spun ahead or they get set at a faster speed, so that you're not sitting with this exposed, 3, 4, 5, 6 days that you're sitting in winter where there's not much to do. There's not really a lot in the form of contracts to be done. There's a few fertilizing contracts. I think I'll go and grab that one a little bit later, and maybe field 1 and field 53. But for now, we want to go and just clean up what we got. These bales over here are rotting out in the rain, so I'm going to take them out to by the cattle, and there at least they will automatically dispense into the barn so that they can be used by the cattle. We've still got two fairly large bales there for I think it's hay that we've got. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so we've got 10,000 there and 16,000 there. So we've got 26, plus we have another 14. So we've got 30,000 liters of hay in place for our sheep. Our sheep are looking pretty good. They're coming close to having little lambs. We're looking at 0.1 is the soonest one. So that 140 is going to ramp up pretty quickly. We're going to be in day 4, day 5 of winter, and we'll see that number start climbing quite nicely. We bought 20 Holstein cattle. I've got to do a little bit of a cleanup there. This was only added a few hours ago. Hi, Ifan. How you doing, man? Glad you're on the stream with me. I don't know how much you caught of what I was updating on. So, as much as we're in winter now, we've been doing a lot, and there is a lot to be done. One of the things that I have decided is just to keep the realism, on point, is I'm going to try and drive in first-person view as much as possible, and also try and avoid driving through hedges. That's awesome news, man. I'm glad to hear. I hope you enjoyed my radio stream. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch the song that you wanted, but I did find something, but I'm pretty sure it's not the song you requested. So I will make a point of getting it for you. Alright, that's cool. 30 minutes is 30 minutes. I gotta say, though, that today was a record number for me. My highest viewership to date it was on that stream. I'm actually going to pop it on screen for you now. Just want to grab it quickly. So we have a stats that we follow. Let me just get this across here. So you should now see my second screen. So this is radiostats.info. We're the truck stop radio guys over here. That peak of 152, I think it was. Just get my mouse to do what it needs to do. It's 152 up at the top here. This is my radio stream block here. Normally it starts dropping between 8 and 9, and kind of my show's in the downward spiral. And tonight we've gone the exact opposite. So I'm pretty chuffed. Had a great stream on the radio today, and I'm hoping my farming simulator stream is much the same. So as you can see, I've already brought bales back here. Just going to, I think, stack them on this side, and then as the cattle use them, they will just automatically fill the straw. There we go. Yeah, I just need to go and take all my seed and stuff away. When we start seeding, we'll get rid of all of that. Okay, so I think the first person view is maybe a bit ambitious. That's awesome. I'll wait for Ella to jump in with me. So the first person view is not great for streaming. You know, if you're doing a survival role play, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Just a sound check there. Can you tell me how good the quality is? If it's too loud on the tractor side? I'm finding it very loud on my side, but what I hear and what you hear isn't always going to be the same. I actually love the snow. It's brilliant. You can play Farming Simulator Rally Edition when it's snowing. The other thing is that I need to keep an eye on is the weather. So it shows that it's going to rain today. Tomorrow will be good, and then on Sunday it's going to snow again. And I want to actually go. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for the feedback. I want to actually go and mow the lawn. So once I've moved these bales back where they need to be, then I'm going to go and mow all these fields. I'm not going to try and make hail because it's raining. So I'm just going to mow it and then bale it straight away. And I will make silage with all of it. I've got enough grass at the moment. When I start running low, I will go and make some more hay for my sheep. I've kind of left a little bit of money aside so that if things really go pear-shaped, I can actually go and just buy some hay bales, hay bales for the sheep, because the sheep don't actually use much. 2 or 3 bales will carry me well enough. Oh, that didn't work out so great. Alright, that was a fail. Mental note. Don't leave the weatherman to stack the bales. That's a bit of a problem for the FSL, but hey, I'll figure it out. Okay. So I've got 11. They were deteriorating at pretty much exactly the same rate. Yeah, I've got sheep, chickens and cows, and I do intend to get some pigs, because if you look over here, I did premium potatoes, so I've got 3,000 liters of pig feed, and in this machine over here I've got another 632. Sorry, it's 3,000. It's 1,000 liters per container. So I've got 3,632 liters of pig feed, and I intend to actually take this field and turn it into put pigs down on this field as well. Get rid of this chicken coop over here because it only takes 100. So I'm constantly having to go and sell chickens and rebuy chickens, or sell chickens and clear out. And there's no value in having a small scale setup on the chickens. You want to have maybe 300 chickens at a time. So Alad's just jumped in, so that's great. Let's see what he has to say. I sold all my silage as well. You'll see in the background I've got 2 bales there. Those are 20,000 liter bales, and I think I only used about 5,000 liters for the troughs because I've only got 20 cattle. So I do want to get TMR in place, but that will have to come a little bit later. I'll survive with what I've got for now. While that's doing its thing, just give me a second. No, no, that's not what I want. The synchronized sync is taking a while. There we go. Okay, so these are 14 and 15,000, and if I go and look at my cattle, I've got a water pump in for the sheep and for the cattle. I don't have to worry for the chickens. I need to come and clean up for the cattle a little bit, but I've got 8,900 liters there, and they're expecting to use 117,000. So if I'm making silage the whole time and I keep one 20,000 liter bale aside for them, I will more than cover what I'm going to do with my cattle for now. And I am looking to take that a little bit further. There's my little water pump over there. I am looking to take this further and get us to a point where we've got, I'm thinking about 100 cattle. I don't actually know what the capacity of this is. I know the chickens are 100. Let's have a look at it from this perspective. Okay, so the cattle can do 110. That's not bad for $16,500 or $20,000 pasture. It was actually pretty decent. So we've switched over to euros being in the UK, and then my chickens can only do 100, and then I want to get up to about I'm thinking maybe the 400 chicken coop, which is a lot bigger than the one that we've got at the moment. And sheep, I don't actually know how many sheep I can put in my pens, because that was a map mod, and I'm hoping, looking at the size of the field, somewhere around 300 sheep. If I can do that, that would be brilliant. Okay, so I just want one last thing to be done there. Alright. Sorry, I missed your comment there. Cool. Alrighty, so I'm technically not allowed to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I am trying to push for 100 subscribers. I'm sitting on 29 now, so that 22 that's showing in screen, those are actual subscribers that you've gotten in stream. It doesn't count subscribers that have followed while you were offline, and I've been lucky enough to get a few offline, so I am still very low, but the goal is to hit 100 before our Africa Series tournament goes live, and that is 56 days from now. So with any luck, in 56 days I'll have my 100, and then when we're streaming those tournaments, we'll have enough viewership, and I'll be a Twitch affiliate, maybe one day a Twitch partner. Alrighty, so let's see. Yeah, the joys of winter. So I've got to do a little bit of cleanup here. All these seed pallets and everything that are here are a problem. So what am I going to do with these guys here? I don't have a place to put them at the moment. Don't have any storage. I don't want to get chickens here, pigs yet because I'm not really ready for them. But maybe it's an option. Why don't you want to cooperate? Is it stuck in? It's stuck in the snow. Like I said, I haven't really played multiplayer on seasons. I haven't played in winter at all. This is all fairly new stuff for me. But my cattle are not impressed with my feed that's lying in the way. That's very interesting. Cool. Well, good to know. I'll have to remember it. I'm going to use this open space here next to the seed to go and pack in all my extra stuff, and I'll clear that out a little bit later. The other thing is mowing in winter. Am I going to need to get a blower? I think I can't afford one. It's just I don't want to if I don't need to. So let's go and have a look what a blower costs. I think there was something under the extra stuff. Yeah, here we go. So I can put down salt, and I can actually grade everything out of the way. So that's 28,000 euros. I don't have the Syntrax, so I can't use that, and I'm not going to spend 78,000 euros. So maybe. I wonder what salt would do to my grass. Would it make any difference at all? Okay, well, don't want to be a guinea pig on this. Not from what I read. So yeah, this is all new to me, so I'm kind of doing some research as I go. Alright, that's an image I really didn't need in my head, dude, but yeah, all good. So we've got a 6, 12, 18, 24-day cycle, so a little bit of mathematics. 0.1, so okay. Alright, I hope I'm right. So if it means 0.1 is 2.4 days is what the maths was, then I can expect some lamb to be arriving or be birthed by tomorrow. Should have my first one coming through maybe on the 3rd, and then pretty much consistently from there I can see all the way into spring, new lambs coming around. And I didn't bother to go and count, but I've got 140 sheep, and the majority of them are sitting on anywhere between 0.2 and 0.4 days. Oh, that's successful. Let's see if I just give it a shove. Nope, that's buried. It's trying to go. I wonder what the weight is it's registering there. Hey, out it comes. And then I drop it. Lovely. Well, folks, is not exactly the best way to transport these things, but it'll be fun. So the pigsty over there. Let's see how it goes in winter. Maybe we leave the pigs until the new year. Alrighty, so we'll take the seed away just now. Let's get the equipment out of the way. Doesn't need to be sitting here. I need the space. So in spring we're going to be planting potatoes everywhere. We've bought all this equipment, the potato washers and everything. So the aim is to go and get at least half of our fields under potatoes. I know it's tedious, but if we look at the rate at which we're getting our equipment sorted out and our funds sorted out, I would say that we could make it the 160,000 required to buy the potato harvester and not lease any of that equipment, because 8,000 a day is a little bit steep. So I'm not very keen on getting that. Okay, you can go and park over here. I need to get more buildings so I can cover this equipment nicely. Okay, let's take the straw that I've got across. 2 more trips. All the seed and stuff lying around here is also going to be gone soon. And the wool we've been looking at, wool's only going to be of any value to us in spring. So I'm just going to hang on to the wool. I've held on to it since late summer already. So I don't see the point of rushing to go and sell it now. I don't need the money immediately. And I've only got about 2.5 tons. So I'd rather sell that at a premium on day 4 than sell it now. However, we are going to see a lot of milk and a lot of eggs coming in, because we're going to change how our chickens operate. We're going to get rid of the male chickens, or the roosters at least, so that we're producing eggs and not offspring. The little chickens only make about $5 a piece, and that trailer that's parked at the back there has got 11 tons of I think it's barley in it. So it's ready to roll, and I can feed chickens for quite a while. So I'm not going to worry about breeding chickens. I'm not going to worry about breeding chickens. I want eggs. So can maybe do a little bit of a balancing act. Put in maybe 2 roosters, and just leave the hens to breed. And the ratio is normally 1 to 8, so they do slow down on their eggs if you have roosters in, but if you have very few roosters in, so there are fewer hens that are interested in the roosters, if we can put it that way. Right, thanks for the heads up, dude. And then also the cattle is hopefully going to be a source of fertilizer, a way of reducing that cost. So I have started getting slurry. I do have some manure, so let's go and have a look at that. So I've got 1,800 liters of manure and no slurry or milk, but I've got, that's interesting, I should be getting slurry. I'll go and see if I'm doing something wrong. These are only a few hours old. I've only just brought them in. They haven't even gone up from the 80% health that they start on. I will go and sort out the cleanliness now. Okay, chickens need some wheat, but that's fine. And my sheep also, cleanliness is an issue there. But if you look here, there's very few that aren't pregnant. I'm looking at 3 or 4, sometimes 5 or 6 that are ready, and then 1 or 2 that are not. So a lot of them at 0.2. So nearing the end of winter, I can expect a lot more sheep. Maybe 100 more, 80, maybe 100's a bit ambitious. Alright, cool. So let's go clean up, change the forks on this, and get this bale back with the rest of them. Let's hope it doesn't deteriorate any faster than what it is, but this is all free stuff, so I'm not even too worried about it. Let's take my weeder away. So the other cool thing that I figured out with one of the mods that we've got on is we've got the real mower enabled on this map. And what that does is if you drive over a field with your mower running and there's weeds on it and the grass is still in its first growth stage, there's no grass cut and it cuts the weeds down. And you'll see my map, the weeds were pretty bad. Let me just go to grass. So 96, 91, 92, and then this block over here. Everything's showing as ready to harvest. It's not the case. Well, I can harvest it now, but because I've cut it, because of the mod we've got on, it's not actually at full length. So I want to leave it a little bit, maybe take one field and just see how it works with the snow. But if you look at this, that was dotted with weeds all over the place, and this one I haven't cleaned up yet, so I still need to go and do that. 91 was kind of like 93. It was just bits and drabs of weeds all over the place. Same for 92. I've cleaned up everything, and now it's only got the 2 spots. So I'll go and mow those fields, clean that all up. And this field over here also was weeds dotted all over the place. There's now only a few little speckles. So I'll go and mow all of those and get those all sorted out. Alrighty, and then I'm thinking about in summer, once we change these fields over, I'll take that. I want to make this field 96 corn. Field 91, I want to look at maybe having some soy in there, and like a halfway split, and then the balance of that being potatoes. And then 92 will probably be potatoes and the animal pens. You know, that's to be decided. I might just take the whole field and leave it there. And this field over here is pretty much staying my grass supply. So I do want to mow it and improve the yield. So as much as it's not a big issue, I don't want to be messing with that field too much. As much as it's a nice big field and I could probably put it under arable crop, I think having a consistent supply of grass is more important to me right now. Alrighty, there we go. So let's go and see. We've got 2 more bales back here. I think cleaning up is... Now let's finish the job we started. So I am also looking to add pretzel to my channel. So if you don't mind, a little bit later in stream, I want to do a test and see if I got that working. Just have some background music, something around the stream itself, something in line with that. So maybe when we get closer to the end of the hour, we can go and play with that a little bit. I've got to learn how all these functions work. getting through all of it. Most important thing is that you guys who are watching me are enjoying the stream, and you getting the value out of it. Everything else is secondary. I love the snow. Okay, so thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. Um, so I've got some pretty, I don't know, exciting news from my side. You know, take it as which you want, any which way you want. I've been in contact with the Giants team, and I'm looking at joining their affiliate, their ambassador uh, initiative, and see how that operates. Maybe that works out. Maybe that brings a little bit of value to you guys, my followers. Uh, Maybe there's something I can, maybe I can give some raffles and some giveaways and that kind of thing. Uh, uh, Thanks. What do you mean? What's it saying to us? Oh, I think I know what's happened. What do you mean? What? Tell me if it's gone away now. Wow, the snow is really, really tenacious. I'll come back with that, and I'll get that cleaned up. In that, for me, the same message. Yeah, sorry, dude. And this is a racing tractor anyway, so. Oh no, sorry, it's the other one. That double wheel is the Lamborghini racing tractor, Lamborghini 190 Racing. I don't know if any of you guys that do play the game have had a look at the new Voltra G series that's got released, I think, about a day or two ago. It's not a mod as much as it's just a giant software edition that's been uh, delivered as a mod. So you get it off the mod hub. It is free, and the tractors in there are pretty impressive. And it's the typical Voltra quality equipment. Okay, so I was on the map here at about this game runs at normal speed, so there's no speed up whatsoever. And I was in here at about 6 a.m. On game time, so 9 hours ago, and this was all open. There was no snow. There was no issues. Oh, I know why it's stuck. Ah, that's stupid. So what happened is I placed this building, and this equipment was standing here when I placed it. So I have actually just done myself, just been a bit of a moron, and those pallets are not going to move anytime soon. But it's not the end of the world. We'll survive. Really? They kind of messed up this map where any of these hedges are not part of your property, so you cannot mow the hedges down and merge the properties. So the fields are the fields, which is good and bad, I suppose. Alrighty, let's have a look. Okay, so should I go and borrow Alad's blower, or should I lease my own? Actually, I don't want to go and buy it because it's kind of, it is a chunk of change. I appreciate his offer, but I also don't want to. I don't want to go and loan equipment because there's costs and everything, and then you run it over the hour, and then it's another 100 to 500 or 1,000 euros. It's, and if I go and buy the equipment, then I'm in the position where the equipment's mine and it's done. I'm not going to buy this one. I'm just curious what it looks like. So if I go and grab these two units over here, what are they saying? It's 612 to lease, 1,400. So I'm going to need it now and then again later. If you take this equipment, okay, cool. It's saying the same thing twice still. All right, give me a second. Let me just. Or is it my voice that you? Hey, Engorged Rabbit. Glad to have you with us. Let me just see. Okay, is the second voice maybe very soft? I'm not getting any duplicates on my side, so maybe there's something that's running in the background that I'm not seeing. Okay. Alrighty, sweet. Are we good, guys? Alright, you tell me what it does. If there's any issues, I definitely want to fix it. I don't want the quality to be bad. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of drifting just for Engorged Rabbit. How's the audio now, Ifan? Okay, so yeah, I've been good, man. I've been really good. We missed you for the days that you weren't here. I seem to have my. Okay, cool. That's. Okay, cool. Let's just see. I don't like leasing. Leasing is just generally a really bad idea. Leasing gets expensive really quickly, and before you know it, you forgot something, and then all of a sudden, you've got this huge cost. Yeah, dude, you didn't miss anything. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a bust. We didn't get enough people in, so we ended up watching an FSL stream instead of streaming our own thing. Just give me 1 second, I'll be with you guys now. Alright, oh, I just needed to open the door. Ow. Alright, let's go and fetch the snow plow and the I think I'm gonna leave the salt spreader. I don't really need to do anything there. I just want to push everything out the way. So if we get the plow, we should be fine. If we're only getting the plow, the weight doesn't matter. Okay. I'm only buying the plow. I'm not gonna buy the salts. Do I? No, I don't have enough money. That's not too bright. You're making tea, dude.
Yeah.
Please. I've been talking non-stop for the better part of an hour and a half. Nearly 2 hours now.
Why does your tractor have 4 wheels?
Why does my tractor have what?
6 wheels.
6 wheels, because it's extra traction. Yeah, sorry guys, my son's just behind me asking me why my tractor looks the way it does. So that's a double wheel tractor. So what it does is it has more grip, and also it doesn't sink into the mud as easily, and it makes it a bit more stable. Not that this is more stable, but in any case.
Okay.
Yeah, Engorged Rabbit. I'm trying to get that off the ground. I'm feeling that I'm not quite getting the idea right. But I am going to be streaming that quite a bit more. Definitely at least one day a week. The idea is that I want to get a little bit of a story going there, and evolve that a little bit. Wins or fails, I'll stick at it for at least maybe a dozen episodes, and then go from there. I don't know if you watched on Tuesday at all, or if you've gone back and watched the clip afterwards. Alright, so man, forgot about the weight. So I'm just gonna step away quickly. Okay, so most important thing there is you guys are the reason why I do this. So I want your input. I mean, did you like the premise? Did I kind of get the idea right? I'm trying to kind of stay away from the dramatic a bit, but I'm also trying to make it fun. So I've the Uncle Paolo and that kind of thing in the story. Yeah, when we do the next stream on Tuesday, you'll see there's a few things that develop there, and it kind of sets the stage of why stranded in a foreign country. Right now, not really that much stranded, because still supposedly got people that can help me out with things. That changes on Tuesday completely. Alright, so guys, I just need to step away for a minute. Just a 5-minute break, if that much. I just need to go and take care of something. I will be back with you shortly. Hey guys, don't know if you... Yeah, so I am doing that. I didn't realize I had my mic on mute. I don't know how long I had on mute for. Uh, Hopefully not too long. So it's benefits of having somebody sitting behind you going, isn't that meant to be moving? So in any case, yeah, the snowplow. The idea is that I want to try and get to the grass. I'm going to I'm going to use a snowplow on a piece of the field, and then I'm going to just run the mower over another part of the field, and I want to see if that makes any difference. If I can actually mow directly through the snow and what it does with the snow because of the mod that I've got in place, and what happens if I mow in the snow. Does the grass deteriorate faster? My fields are fairly substantial, so in terms of the size blade that I'm dealing with now, so it might take a while to actually see where we're at. And the other big benefit is this plow doesn't care about who owns the fields, so it's allowing me to actually push it into the next field, which is not owned by anybody at this moment. So I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3 more passes here and then see how it goes from there. No, that is silly. Now what do you do with snow? I've literally never played the game with snow that I've had to deal with the snow. Can you pick it up and sell it? Can you build a snowman with it? I don't know. What are the options? Alright, so let's go and get this fellow over here. There's my grain. 11,000 liters of wheat that I've got there, and that's all under roof, so that's all good. And wow. Okay. Okay, so the test here is, let's mow this piece. No, don't do that to me. Okay. Fence posts don't work well with lawnmowers. Okay, so this should mow just fine. And that ridge of snow is going to make it so that I can't pick up the grass, mow the grass properly. And look, every time it goes through something a little bit thick, it lifts the blade. Alright, that's not great. Okay, so that's that test done. Let's do this. Let's go and mow where there's snow. Ah. Let's see if this affects the grass. doesn't seem to pick up the grass at all. Grass did not mow underneath the snow, so that's out. So I'm gonna have to snowplow everything first, then mow it, then bale it, and then repeat in 3 days' time, because it's gonna snow again. So I gotta tell you about my fun experience about experimenting with mods. I found a mod called Just Snow, which I thought, what's the harm? Let's give it a try. So started up a map, and map didn't have any snow on it. Everything was just fine. And then the map decided to start snowing, and it snowed non-stop for basically 3 game days. And in those 3 game days, it basically put a foot of snow on the ground. And you could do what you liked. As soon as, if you tried to move that snow or anything, it just came back again until that snowing stopped. And then the snow stopped, then you could move it around. But you now had basically a foot of snow that you had to go and deal with. It was very fun and frustrating at the same time. Let's just close this gate, and that's out of the way. So I'm curious now if it would do anything to grass on the ground. Nope, does nothing to grass on the ground. That is handy. It is a very tedious job though. Sorry, just checking something quickly. I just need to make a small change here. I've become aware that there was something I was missing. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. Okay, just needed to do a quick update. Alright, cool. Apologies for that. I'm streaming on somebody else's server at the moment, and they've just asked me to include the group name on the channel, so that there's a little bit of exposure for them at the same time. So yes, if any of you want to join a decent group of like-minded farmers, and you want to get onto servers like this where I'm on Bessy Beneath, they generally have 4 or 5 servers running at any point in time. Go to join mgn.net. So Juliet Oscar Indigo November Mike Golf November.net, and go and have a look at our public servers. Jump on there. I am an admin on those channels, so you'll probably run into me there. And get a little bit of time on there. Spend 2 weeks on our servers, on the public servers, and in our Discord channels. And then you can join the member servers like this one. And then you can have your own farm, and you can have stream with different players. Like I do, I've got 3 or 4 players that join in on this farm, and they tend to not be part of, but cooperate with the streams, and it's nice and interactive and quite fun. And it's it's a nice way to learn the game as well. There's a lot of things that I've learned in the game that I just had no clue about until I actually joined the MGN crew. And there's a couple of very good moderators or admins on there, and the community overseers are sterling guys. Jump in there, join the guys, and learn the game, enjoy the game, and make it more than just the sum of the parts. I'll drop that in the chat as well. So it looks like I have to take everything away before I can start mowing. Every Friday night from 7:30 we having our Farming Simulator Africa series scrims. Those are free, open to everybody. It doesn't matter what country you're from. Just the only thing you need to be aware of, the servers are based in South Africa, so latency might be an issue, but generally we play internationally and we do fine, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. All you need is the base game, and then just to register on the FSL website to get the DLC, which is free again, other than the little bit of time needed just to go and register. And then you can join us live and stream, and it's just a lot of fun. It's nothing serious. There's no scoring, there's no competition, there's no expectation. You don't have to have any level of knowledge around the game to start with. It's just getting off the ground, just knowing how to play it, and then encouraging guys to put together some teams. We've got our Africa series is kicking off on the 24th of October. Registrations are open. Boyson McAvoy, is that right? I hope I pronounced it right. Thanks for the follow. I'm glad you can join us. So we're inviting everybody from anywhere. There's no limitations whatsoever. Not just to the scrims, but also to the competition. Entry free to the competition is free as with the scrims, and then also as per Giants rules. Giants is pretty specific. If you're going to run any kind of competition using their client, you may not charge for it, which we have no problem with. We think that's brilliant. We want to bring as many people in as we can. Our prize pool is nowhere near as much as the current FSL, but by South African standards, it's not terrible. So we're hoping to get a few players in, maybe a few internationals. Like I said, everybody's welcome. We'll see how it goes. So we're on 23% of our target. 62 days to go. Actually, that 62 days should be 56. But I'm not going to go mess with that now. I'll take whatever I can get. So for those who have followed, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And hopefully within the next few days we will have a little bit of a competition on the stream. We're going to be looking at having a raffle. I am clearing snow. Yes, so we are going to be looking at having some competitions in stream. We're thinking of maybe doing something like having a the Alpine expansion key as a raffle item. We will also be looking at maybe having a Steam voucher for maybe 20 or 30 pounds. It's not going to be huge. Budget is a bit tight, but we'll see what we can do. And then maybe we can get some sponsorships from some of the partners that we're hoping to get online. And once they start backing us, then we can start looking at bigger prizes. Maybe something that's a little bit more in line with what you guys are looking for. So please do give me an idea of what would be appealing to you guys, what you would prefer if I were to put up a prize, and budget allowing, we'll see if we can make that happen. I don't want that, don't need that, that can go away. Wow, this is a tedious job. Yes, so this is a fun job. Anybody feel like doing something tedious, like clearing snow for fields so we can get some grass baled? I'm looking at the amount of time it's going to take me to do this. Wondering if I shouldn't get the salt spreader. Maybe that'll be a bit better. And I can't spell. So this is one of those really stupid little things that you have in multiplayer. If you're typing a message and you press enter, every second time you press enter, it will switch off the vehicle that you're in. Enter being the start button or the engine kill switch. Okay, so I'm getting Aled to come and help me. I'm thinking he'll be around here pretty soon. I think he's still up at his farm. Where is he now? There he is. Okay. That's a pity. Ow. Wow, look at that mountain of snow that I'm pushing along there. That's got to go somewhere. And right now, it's going into the road. So let's hope nobody wants to go and sell any bales of any sort. Because the bales are... Oops. I'm confused. What the hell just happened? Is it the rain that was dissolving the snow? Ah, that is so stupid. See, this is what happens when you play a game in a mode that you don't really use. So I never played Seasons. I really didn't get why everybody was so excited about it, and I basically just kind of ignored it for the better part of the first year that it was available. But now I'm regretting that, because now I'm seeing that there's some really cool stuff in here. Alright, so don't send long-winded messages when on stream, because people don't want to don't want to read it, and well, you're gonna miss the point. So yeah, basically, I feel like a bit of a wop now. If I'd known, if I'd known this, I would have just left the snow and just kept on with something else and let the time just pass. I could have done some contracts and made some money in the time. But yeah, I've got a snowplow now, which I'm going to go and use to clear that field. I'm wondering now if that same... Okay, so I'm going to go mow my fields. I just want to open this road up because I've now made a mess. Hopefully this all goes away as part of the deal. Okay, so let's just do that. Alright. Fields are all okay, everything's happy. It's a pity this plow has no value except to push snow around. It would be interesting if they could make the snow plow kind of multifunctional and allow you to do maybe silage. Yeah, Mr. Richards, it's actually quite frustrating. But that's my stupidity for just not knowing how Seasons operates. I've learned all the other stuff so far. I've gotten quite far with things like cattle and that kind of thing, getting a much better idea of how that all operates. It's just a pity I didn't go and do the research on winter before I got too excited with the plow. It's kind of sad though. I was enjoying my drifting environment. Now I'm going to have to stay away from the drifting for a while, because now I'll roll my vehicles. Because these things do roll very easily. Okay, so let's go and do this. Let's go and get you up and running. Yeah, I'll take the chance. if I lose that little bit of grass, it's fine. So field work, course generation, we're going to generate on field 91, and we're going to do 4 headlands. We're going to go clockwise, and we're going to, a little bit of a bug there, it always sets it to 0.2 meters, and then the computer hangs while it's trying to figure out how the hell to do the map at 0.2. So I set it to 3.8, and that should be fine. Let's set it to 4.3. I'll increase this to an 8%, should be fine. Alright, cool. Drive course, start at current waypoint, and see, now it's not going to cut that inner track because of the offset blade. So I'll have to go and do that after the fact. Alright, so let's go and get you. Let's make sure. Yep, plenty clear. Well, that's at least how mine's set. Alrighty, sweet. So we need a windrower and we need a baler. There's the windrower over there. Let's drop this weight. Okay, you can go. So we got a windrower and we got a baler and we got the bale wrapper. Oops. Now if this was my real farm, I'd be having a moment about damaging the vehicles like that. I would love to see more reality in game around things like this. You know, that hedgerow that I can just drive through, and then also damage to vehicles. So like driving over those vehicles now, there should have been damage done to it, but that's not how the game operates. So alrighty, so you can do your thing. We don't have a course for you. No. So we're going to do 4 headrows the same as that one, and then we're going to go clockwise the same as that one, and that's all fine. 3.7, it's going to be a little bit less than the previous one, so I want to make one big island in the middle, so I'm going to reduce that, and then this is facing the wrong way. That's not going to work for me. You can't change his head windrower to face the other way. No, you can't. So I'm going to have to either go against and kind of oppose that other tractor, which means I'm going to keep on running into it, or cast it all to the left and have lots of rows to pick up. I don't want that. I want to rather have bigger, simpler rows to pick up. So let's do it as opposing, and 3.2 is fine. That's fine. We're going to go counterclockwise, and we're going to go on the most inner track. No, yes. Yeah, that'll have to do. Okay, so that outer track there actually means nothing to me. Okay, so with any luck, I should be catching that first row, and then I should be building it up into a nice little island in the middle there, and then I can just take the baler with minimal passes and knock all the bales out. So I do have a problem where I'm now kind of short of a tractor, and I'm going to lose whatever grain comes up here. Oh, whatever grass comes up here. But that's not serious, so that's a small amount. And these two guys are overlapping nicely, so that's all clear. Alright, you guys can do your thing. Let's see what we can do in terms of transporting, fertilizing. This doesn't really make enough to actually to justify it. Okay, let's do that. Well, this is busy. Just so I can drive a different tractor for a little while. And I'm going to do that field and loan the equipment. Okay. And this was a fertilizer job. I've got a fertilizer. Just, I've got this as well. I don't think I have liquid fert. Let me just go and have a look. Okay. I think I have got a little bit of liquid fert. Let's not go and buy if we don't need to, because we're not going to use liquid fert anytime soon. Is this herbicide? It's herbicide. Damn it. I don't have liquid fert. Okay, cool. There's worse things in the world that can happen. We'll survive with this. We're going to have it left over though. We'll just run that back to... Yeah. We'll just run that back to the farm. Offload there when we're done. Alright. And that's not going to fill that old tank. That tank's not going to fill the whole thing. I'm being an idiot. There's two tanks in here. Okay, 46. That is right by me, if I'm not mistaken. There's 46 over there. Let's go knock this out. Okay, so we're going to go across there and up there. Alright, so that's by Shibby's farm. Let's see how hard it is to get into this field. Should be a right turn over here. There's the road there. That's a bit better. Field 46 is just ahead of us. And that's the entrance over there. I love the attention to detail to the onboard computers. They're actually quite brilliant. No, you can go and do your thing. That was pointless. don't get stuck on anything. Okay, let's get a bit of an overhead view. Okay, maps sorted out. And yeah, okay, cool. So we can see what we're doing. And we'll just manually run these while my other tractors are doing their jobs. So normally what I would do here is I've got a spreader and I've got a solid fert dispenser or silo on my farm, and then what I would do is I would just fill up the bucket and the fertilizer spreader, and then I'd go and do contract on contract, and normally I can knock out 2 to 3 of the really big ones, or like 4 or 5 of the small ones, with what is 5,250 liters of solid fertilizer. And that little run will be cost me maybe 9 or 10 grand, and I will make maybe in the region of about 25 grand. So let's say profit, I'll make about 15 or 16,000, which is not too shabby, especially considering they're quick contracts. They've got a cost against them, but they're quick contracts. Okay, so that'll be knocked out pretty quickly as well. And these guys are doing their thing. Alright, that's fine. The not fertilized means it's mowed already. Alrighty, so normally I would call it quits at this point in the stream. I'm not sure if how you guys feel about another 15 or 20 minutes or so. Try not to make my streams too long. So if I don't get a stay longer in the next minute, then I'm going to call it quits. I will do we'll maybe set Sunday afternoons for a longer stream. Maybe do maybe a 3-hour stream from there. Let's see who's online while we're waiting for some feedback. Virtual Farmers on Scooby Dooby. Okay, let's go and jump in on VF. Sure, no problem. I'll cancel the raid. Yeah, I'm happy to stay a little bit longer. I can do another 20 minutes or so. Alrighty, so those two guys seem to be going okay. Or they stuck. Oh no, they're good. Oh, okay, he's going around and he's coming back up again. That's fine. That's going to be a problem now that I thought about it, because they're going in opposing directions. So the one's going to be running on a field that hasn't been harvested. That's lovely. I have to go and check that out. I'm going to finish this up first before I go across there. The worst that's going to happen is my windrow is just not going to do anything. It's just going to be running on open grass. With any luck, they started on the same time. Yeah, cosplay is derpy. Great tool. Listen to me, I'm not knocking cosplay. The guys have done an amazing job putting it together, but it is just one of those mods that's generally going to give you a bit of a hard time. And it works great, but it can be a little bit twitchy in multiplayer environments. Alright, so 58%, we're getting there. Shouldn't be too much longer. Righty. I'm missing big patches there, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not worried about the accuracy right now. We just want to get that coverage. We're down to 3. Pity. Just barely see that line. Should be okay there. Alright, so yeah, I am okay. 79%. Just keep going the way we are and we'll be good. Alrighty. So, with any luck, that should be at 87. That's good. I'm just going to double back and hit that centerpiece there, and then this contract will be done. And we'll just keep the righty. Going down the middle straight there, do a little bit of a turn, and by the time I'm in line with that little tuft on the right there, I think I should be done. Actually, before then. Let's see how accurate I was. And voila. I've done that once or twice. Alrighty, field done. 4,400 to be returned. No reimbursements, unfortunately. So that's interesting. I leased it, but there's no lease cost. But it's not reimbursing me for the liquid fert. So let me run this back, dump the liquid fert. Maybe it's a bit buggy. That's odd. Alright, well, we'll confirm it now and see if that's the case. Let's just jump through this field, yeah. Alan's not here. He's on the top end. I normally go and do a little bit of a raid across this farm here and just strafe their trailers and their equipment. I wouldn't move anything around, but it's still fun to drive over the player. There's some nice big fields here. Alright, so I am going to wrap up very soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the plan for the farm So I am looking at getting more cattle in place. I got to go and clean that up still. That's a job that needs to be done. I need to go and get total mixed rations in place for my cattle. Um, Sheep, I'm going to have a lot of sheep very soon. That's going to be quite interesting considering I have no idea how big my pen is. I am looking at getting some pigs at some point. Once I've got more in terms of the potatoes sorted out. So I've got at the moment the 3,600 liters, and as you clean potatoes, a percentage of that comes back as pig food. So I want to go and see if I can't get that sorted out, and maybe. Oh, how's that for dumb luck? They ran on the same side of the field. Ah, that's brilliant. Okay, that is really, really good. So that's a bit of a bonus. I was worried that I'd have to go and clean that all up. Alright, so little thing that as much as the game doesn't allow you to use the equipment anywhere else, it doesn't actually block the use of tractors. So what I've learned is you can actually go along, do a contract, and then basically get a free tractor because you're using the equipment that you use for another contract to go and do your baling. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go bale, and then I'm gonna go and hopefully once that's done, then I can go wrap bales. Is it okay? Alright, no, that's not what I want to do. Bell net door, there we go. Let's just fill that up. Can I not fill that up? Okay. I think you have to actually finish the roll before it'll allow you to fill it up again. So these fellas, this trailer won't allow me to go through the hedges, so it forces you to drive properly, like a normal human being should. Let's hope the narrow tires don't cause me to run into issues. But that's picking up grass. Let's just make sure I'm on the right bale size. I'm going to go for 20,000 liters. So, complete contract. Going to get paid for the contract. And I am using the tractor from the contract to go finish my baling. So, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone, a little bit of a cheat. But that's the whole point of the game. Is a point of gaming like this is you find the exploits and you make them work for you. Technically not cheating. Let's see if it's going to fight with me. Nope, that'll be good. Let's let this guy go past. So I'm just going to go and do the outer edge of the field, and I can run all my other fields quickly. I don't expect to get more than maybe 3 bales off this field. Okay, are you going to take a month or you're going to get done here, buddy? Man, if I had employees that were this slow. So what it seems to have done is picked up everything into this. Yeah, okay, so I'll have to come around and do a little bit of a cleanup here. But it does seem to have picked up everything into these end rows, which is great. It's just the headers, which I'll cover that bottom piece just now when I get there. I just need to go and sort those out, but that's not too big a deal. Bonus. That is brilliant. Alright, so then, yeah, so to finish off what I started. So the intention here is I want to go and get these fields mowed and baled and get them ready for, going through the rest of the winter. The more grass I mow, the more silage I have, which means I've got a little bit of income through the through the winter, and I can also then feed my cattle. I am making a point of taking the half of all contract money I make. So I just made 4,400 on contracts. So I'll maybe round up or round down a little bit, but that's going to go back into animals in some way or form. I've got enough sheep and chickens I'm constantly selling because I'm hitting the 100 chicken limit. So what I'm going to do with my next sell is I'm going to sell the roosters and not the hens, so that we're not breeding any more chickens because they have no real value. You have to do thousands to make it worthwhile. But half of my contract money will go into buying new livestock, and I'm busy buying the cattle. So I'm buying Holstein cattle, so that I've got milk producing cattle, and I can go to 110 cattle in that pen, which means I've got more than enough capacity, being only at 20. And cattle only produce milk once they've calved in seasons. So I need to make sure that I have double the number of, I have double the amount of space available than I have cattle at any point in time. So when they do breed, that they don't overpopulate and then I lose out because of it. So if I've got a pen that can do 110, I need to make sure I don't exceed, say, about a 65, maybe 70, because they're not all going to give birth at the same time, so I can always go and sell some as I go. So it's just the way I'm going to manage it. So yeah, this is looking good. This is super slow. And the snowdrift that I made here is actually much more impactful than I thought it would be. Come on, you can do it. Yep, there's the realism kicking in, where it's not digging into the mud. So snow is just a pain. It just makes life difficult no matter what you do. So I'm going to have to get rid of that snow, because the other tractors are going over it fine, but this one's going to keep on hitting that speed bump. And it is really a very underpowered tractor. If I look at this, those other tractors pull this at about 12 kilometers an hour, and I'm only doing an 8. Okay, so let's do this. As soon as one of these tractors finishes their job, then I'll just finish the contract here and send this guy back on his way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run between the snowdrifts, and when I get close to it, I'm going to turn right, pick up kind of the header of the next line, and then go back on the next line, because it skips. When he jumps over the snowdrift, he doesn't pick up the grass too well, so the pile's incomplete. So when the next time I harvest, I'll have a little bit of hay in between, but I'll live with that. Yeah, this will do. Yeah, I know we're not happy. and then that guy's just skipping stuff all over the place. So the next time I do that with that lawnmower, I will make sure that I set the width a little bit narrower, so it doesn't, so the overlap's a little bit wider, and then we should be good. Okay, so that was some terrible driving. Okay, so far we're looking good. And then once I've gotten to a point where I'm close to the tractor, I will then go on the other side of the snowbanks and get that work done. So I'm going to do these two lines now. So this one I'm just chopping the end off, and then I'm going to jump into this one over here. It's not the neatest exercise in the world, but it's doing the trick. Okay, so he's coming back there, so I can't really go more that way anyway. I'm just concerned about leaving my grass out in the rain. As soon as this bale's done, I'm not even going to eject it. I'm going to just run and go and grab the baler, the wrapper. Then I'll come and eject this, and no, that little bit of time it's out in the rain is fine. It's nothing serious. So I'm going to eject this and then go and fetch the bale wrapper and come and wrap it immediately. Okay, so come on, you should be full any second now. Man, that's tedious. Okay, are you happy now? Okay, so you're going to drop your bell. I'm going to go and get the wrapper. Oops, don't roll the tractor. Alright, I'm at 1 hour 55 of my stream, so at the 2 hour mark I'm going to go and do a bit of a raid. I'll see who is online just before that. I see there's a couple of guys, Virtual Farmers online, Scuba Doobie. I don't know if you guys are into Flight Simulator. So I think what we'll do is we'll raid Virtual Farmer. I think he's finishing his stream now anyway. There's also, don't really recognize the other guys. If you guys watched World of Warships, you can go and follow a Tiny Bismarck. She's pretty cool. Very entertaining stream. Always something to see and do. And quite a big cosplay. She's very big into cosplay, and there's a promised reveal that she's going to be doing, so maybe you luck out, you can go and see that. Yeah, I think that's going to be me for the night on the stream. I want to get this grass and stuff sorted out before I pack up, just so that I don't have anything that's basically deteriorating in the rain. But I'm not going to stream that, not this time at least. Alrighty, let's go and have a look. So, Farming Simulator or World of Warships? Which would you prefer? Let's go and see what VF has to say. Stuck on a snowdrift. Lovely. Alright, let's go and do a